Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, and welcome to week 5 of the Irish Battle Association. This is our team building episode for our week 5 matchup against the Dungannon Typhlosions. Let me just double check that. I always keep forgetting these names. Yes, the Dungannon Typhlosions, coached by Pedro, who has a very, very scary team. A very, very scary team this week. Let me just pull it up for you right here. So, Pedro, I can't get over how scary this guy's team is. It's ridiculous. Pedro has Manaphy, Zapdos, Reniculus, Porygon 2, Torrent Greninja, Megalopony, Staraptor, Gourgeist, Mistspirit, Seismitoad, Cradily. So he's got huge amounts of threats. And to top it all off, Pedro is in our division. We have the same record, but he's on top of our division based off his better differential. So this is a huge matchup for our team this week. And to be honest, I'm looking at this team and I do not know where to beat him. And that's the honest truth. I do not know where to beat him. Not one bit. I have no idea where I can beat him. When I first looked at it, Manaphy can tear straight through my team. Zapdos is a nuisance to deal with, the bulky Zapdos. I've looked at all of his replays. He doesn't really bring the same stuff twice. The one time he did lose, he was playing poorly. He doesn't make that many mistakes, so it's going to be very, very tough to deal with. Particularly the fact he's got Mega Lopunny. Lopunny is just a huge threat, just a huge threat. Not looking forward to dealing with that. But I decided to go for a slightly different approach to my team this week. So you guys are probably seeing it in front of you at the moment. You're seeing the Fortress, the T-Tar, the Helos, the Zygarde, the Stoutland, and the Frostlass. And I'm not bringing my Mega this week. It's something I don't normally do in League Battles, but I'm not bringing it this week because when I look at his team, when I look at Pedro's team, I really need a way to really hit everything really hard. Like, I mean, just pound him. And I have Weather, and I was looking at ways to wear him down and whatnot. And the more I looked at it, the more it just dawned on me that the Sand offense this week is probably my best bet at actually winning him, or actually beating him, and winning this matchup. Because when I look at his team, like Greninja is so fast, outspeeds nearly my whole team. Manaphy has the bulk to be able to set up a tail glow and just sweep me. It's just a nightmare, really. So I'll talk through my team anyways, and when it kind of dawned on me about why I want to use Sand team and all that. But I have my my Fortress here in front of me first. So Steel Spin was my first member of the team, and I decided to bring Steel Spin because I needed something that can kind of come in and just take a hit from Lopunny and just slowly wear it out. I also decided I wanted Hazards this week. He doesn't have. He's got Zapdos, but other than Zapdos, he doesn't have really reliable hazard removal. So I want to get my rocks up. I want to get Toxic Spikes up this week because he hasn't got a poison type. So I want to get my Toxic Spikes up this week. Really wear this guy down. Really wear this guy down. Want to have Rapid Spin for base support on my side, and then have Gyro Ball because he has the Seismitoad, which can actually take a few of these. Which can actually eat these the electric type attacks, and I figured Gyro Ball would just be better off because I can get a little bit more a bit more damage off with it. So especially against the Cradily seemed a bit off, and I figured that if I can come in with the Fortress, I can actually take a few hits from the Cradily and Gyro Ball it, and I should be able to win that matchup 1v1 no problem. So that's the Fortress really. Fortress is really here for utility. I have all this physical dump in for Lopunny. It can take one Scald from Manaphy. So that's my one concern. I can take one Scald from Manaphy. But if I'm being honest, when I was looking through my team, I didn't really see where I can kind of deal with Manaphy. Like I had Alomomola, but Manaphy can kind of beat Alomomola 1v1 with Tail Glow Energy Ball. So that wasn't really much of an option. And then I was thinking Venusaur, but I didn't see how it could fit into the team really. So especially seeing as how Manaphy has Ice Beam, like Manaphy's coverage is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It's just nuts. It's so hard to kind of prepare against. But
I decided that the best, if I'm not going to be able to beat Manaphy 1v1, the best way to deal with it then is to set my own sweep and scare him. So that's what I decided to do. So I was looking at the team, his team, and I figured that like I decided I want to go sand. So I went for the T-Tar anyways because I wanted T-Tar to deal with his Psychic type. So he has his Reniculus. I wanted T-Tar to deal with his Zapdos. I wanted T-Tar to deal with his Staraptor, his Mist Spirit, potentially his Gourgeist. That was really it. I really wanted T-Tar to be able to come in and deal the damage to all of that. I originally had Stone Edge, Crunch, Roar to stop setup, and I had stopped there until I built the rest of the team because I didn't know what else I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted what other coverage I wanted, what I wanted this T-Tar to. I knew what moves I wanted it, but I didn't really know what role I wanted it to do on the team. I do not want you to be bold. I want you to be impish. Thank you. But I decided to go for Stone Edge, Crunch, Superpower, Roar, Smooth Rock, and then max HP, max defense because I want this T-Tar. Like it's not my mega. It's not going to be my mega luck point check. Not at all. That's my fortress. But I wanted this T-Tar to be able to set up the sand because I decided I was going to go sand offense halfway through my team building. So that's where the Smooth Rock came into my T-Tar, and then I decided I want Superpower to deal with Porygon 2. So and maybe Mega Lopunny, but I don't want to deal with Mega Lopunny one bit. But Superpower is there as well. So I have the Superpower there to be able to deal with the Porygon 2 primarily, and Smooth Rock to give me the extra sand turns. And I decided this after once I decided I wanted to use solar panels. So like the more I was building it, the more I figured sand offense would really do the trick for me. So I brought in Heliolisk, and I knew I wanted Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, and Hyper Voice originally. Because I wanted Thunderbolt to be able to deal with his flying types and to be able to hurt his water types as hard as possible. I wanted Volt Switch to give me a little bit of initiative. I wanted Hyper Voice because he has no steel types to be able to resist it. And I wanted Dark Pulse to be able to hit that Gourgeist and that Mist Spirit and that Reniculus that he's going to dump in front of me more than likely to be able to deal with this thing. So I decided to go with this with that move set. I was originally I always was going to go Sandvale because I was thinking about using the sand, but and I was going to go Bright Powder Sandvale just to be that guy to get all the evasion stuff. But I figured I'd go Life Orb instead because I actually didn't want that extra damage output from it. And that was kind of my start. And I was always a bit iffy about what I was going to do with T-Tar, Solar Panel, and Steel Spin. But what I figured then after that was that I decided I'd commit to the sand offense. Then and there, I decided, screw it, I'll go for the sand offense. Let's do it. So I decided to bring the Zygarde first. I have this Coil Sub Extreme Speed EQ set for Zygarde. So it's a very fun set actually. I've used it before. You set up your sub, you coil, so you get your attack boost, you get your defense boost. You have your max HP and max SPDF, so that you can actually take a few special hits. And you have EQ and EQ and extreme speed against Pedro's team. Kind of just breaks through a lot of his breaks through a lot of his team. I was tempted to go Outrage, but I didn't want to get a lot myself into anything this week. I wanted extreme speed to give me that priority, especially against the likes of Manaphy, the likes of the Greninja, all that kind of stuff. The Mega Lopunny, for instance, if I can actually come in and just click E-Speed once they're worn down and kill them, fantastic. This thing can, if I set up with my Zygarde, this thing can sweep. It can most definitely sweep. But I've said that about other Zygardes, but I think this week I could get it off. Not too sure, but it could happen. So I'm always confident I can get a Zygarde sweep. But I'm going to rock out with this Zygarde set this week, particularly with the sand and hopefully with the hazards. I can actually wear people down to where the point where extreme speed can just finish everybody off. And then I decided, right, my next big play call was going to be the Stoutland. So I knew kind of after Soul Panel, once I committed to the sand offense, I wanted Zygarde because he gives me a few other options. He gives me a few resists to like he plays with sand very very well because he stops the grass and the water type attacks coming in, coming in on top of me. But I decided, that's the reason why I picked Zygarde. Zygarde was a really easy pick, and then I decided, right, I'm gonna just dive into it, and that if I'm going to commit to the sand offense, let's go with Stoutland. So General is making his debut on the team this week. I'm going Choice Band, Return, Crunch, Superpower, Ice Fang. This Stoutland in the sand wrecks Pedro's team. For me, this is my win con. If I can keep T-Tar alive and wear down his team and get him to the point where Stoutland come in and just batter and just click Return, that is what I want to do. I want to kill that Gourgeist as soon as I can, bring in the Stoutland and just start clicking Return and killing things, because it wrecks through his team. There's not one Pokemon on his team, maybe the Ranicurus if it's max physically bulky, that can really deal with this Stoutland. That can properly deal with the Stoutland. Like his offensive threats kind of get bodied by it with a one-hit KO. The sand kind of breaks anybody's sash, which is fantastic. So like I've seen him use Greninja sashed, and the sand will stop that Greninja. It will kill that Greninja afterwards. You know, it's I got perfect coverage for what I have right there. I think I'll be fine. Honestly, the plan for me is that this is not going to be a stall kind of battle where I'm going to try and stall out this Manaphy or anything like that. The plan for me is, if Manaphy comes in and tail glows, I am going to sack something and bring in something else to kill it. That is the plan. I'm going full hyper offense on this. I thought it was the best way to deal with it, especially once I realised that Stoutland wrecks his team in the sand. So I figured, screw it. I'm bringing Stoutland and I'm going to crush things, especially with this Choice Band. The Choice Band just adds so much power to Stoutland, and I really want to get Stoutland to work this week. Same way that Venusaur worked so well last week, I want Stoutland to do the business for me this week, and I think it can. Like all the calcs I ran, it was just looking more and more positive for me, and the fact that he doesn't have a Steel type just makes it so more viable for me to use Stoutland against him. So much more viable. So Zigzy and Stoutland were easy picks once I decided after T-Tar and Solar Panel that I wanted to bring sand. It was my sixth pick that I really struggled with. I really struggled with my sixth pick. I had no idea what I wanted to bring. I had no idea what I wanted to bring. I decided to bring Frostless at the end because I didn't want to bring Megazard, because I didn't think Megazard fitted well in this matchup with the Zapdos knockaround. Manaphy can kind of eat a hit from it. Greninja's knocking around. The size like Megalopunny as well. You know, when I looked at Zard, I just looked at it and I was like, he just didn't fit it for me this week. Like if I'm going to bring Zard, I want Zard to do so much work for me. And when I looked at Pedro's team, I just felt that Zard wouldn't do enough work for me this week. I looked at Venusaur, like I said, and I looked at Alamomona, like I said, for the Manaphy. Wasn't working out for me. Didn't feel like it was going to do the business. I thought about Hitmontop for the Soft Vest Hitmontop again. Didn't think that was going to do much work for me again this week, especially seeing as how my team was pretty bulky as it was with the Fortress and especially defensive Zygarde and the physically defensive T-Tar. It was really bulky, so I didn't think bulk was going to actually get me anywhere, especially since I kind of at this point decided I'm going to go down the hyper offense route and I'm going to stack my hazards and I'm going to just wear them out with the sand and whatnot. It kind of got to the point when I was looking at my team and I was trying to figure out what more could I bring, what more could I use. I was thinking of Latias, but I was kind of worried about Scarfed Manaphy or with Ice Beam if you decided to bring it. And Greninja outspeeds him. Outspeeds the Latias, and I didn't want to have two choice mons this week. I was really tempted, but I didn't feel like it was going to. The Scarf Latias was going to do much work for me this week. And then offensively, I didn't really have much else that could offer me, bar the Frostlass. So I decided I'd go for the Frostlass, just purely simply out of default. I didn't think anything else could work for me. I decided to go for Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, Destiny Bond, and Taunt. So the Ice Beam to hit them flying types like Zapdos, like the Staraptor, the Gorgeist as well. Elsa is another way for me to deal with Gorgeist, because Gorgeist is the only thing that stops me from bringing Stoutland into sand and just clicking return and bodying his team. So Frostlass is another way for me to deal with that. I have the Shadow Ball to be able to deal with the Gorgeist as well, the Reniculus, the Mist Spirit. Like, the more I was looking at, the more I realised that Elsa was going to do a lot for my team. I have the Destiny Bond there, just, you know, because just on the off chance I know I'm going to die and I outspeed, I could just Destiny Bond and get to pick up the kill with it. And then I decided to go for Taunt, because I didn't think Spikes was going to do it for me this week, especially seeing as how I didn't see when I could set him up, and I figured Taunt might be a really good one if I can get in on the top of a Zapdos before it defogs and I can taunt it. It could really help me with the situation. Or if I'm up against the Manaphy and I taunt it, it can set up a Tail Glow. I can proceed to Shadow Ball it and whatnot. So I figured Taunt might be my best move, and so that's what I went for. And that is the team. There's a little bit of funky stuff going on. I really want my Zygarde to do the work this week, but I know for a fact that General or Stoutland is going to be the match winner, I think, if I can keep T-Tar alive long enough. And I know how to use the Smooth Rock and keep the sand alive, and when to sack something, when not to sack something, with using ground types so often. So I'm hoping that I can kind of pull it off this week and just get General to come in and just, you know, spam that return, kill things off with it, and just, you know, hopefully pick up the W. Big match this week against Pedro. Winner gets top of our division and gets to go on to being 4-1, which would be a really good position to be in, heading close into the halfway point of the season. So yeah, that's the team, and hopefully I'll do the business. If you liked today's video, please click the like button down below for me, guys. And if you have any thoughts about the team I'm using, let me know. I know not using Zard Y might seem strange, but for me it seems like the best route to beat Pedro every time I was looking at his team, and when I was looking at his replays, I didn't see where I was going to fit it. So I'm hoping it'll do the business for me this week. It could backfire heroically in my face, and I could get 6-0'd, but we'll see. And yeah, if you have any comments about the video, the team and all that, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more IBA videos coming your way on this channel, please click that subscribe button down below for me, you guys. And on that note, I'll see you next time.